On today's episode of the Stumped Podcast, we have another friend of Spencer's. Who knew he had so many? A master of the piano and a big Beethoven fan, Christian joins us with no heads up and brings 3 stories about musical composers. Will Christian's longtime friendship with Spencer drop Spencer's score, or will Christian woo us with his many talents and take Matt's spot in Season 3? Logan comes into this episode with a small lead and tries to stump us with stories about game nights. Will his point skip go and go straight for the goal, or will he play us more than midwesterners play Euchre? Spencer lowers his ego and gives us stories that do not remind him of himself, but takes us around the world to explore festivals. Will his last-minute preparation become a downfall, or can he close the gap with Logan? Matthew, trying to stay relevant in this podcast, brings stories about everyone's favorite cartoon creature, our soon ruler of the free world, Disney. Can the mouse help Matt close the gap, or will the boys be looking for a new host in Season 3? All this and more on this week's episode.
Welcome back to another episode of the Stumped Podcast. I'm Spencer.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Logan.
Okay, per the usual.
Can we just appreciate the fact that Logan does not have a delay anymore?
I know.
You guys made fun of me that so much last year, and I never heard it until I listened to the recordings. That was bad. I mean, I'm so happy to be here in person.
Okay, per the usual, this is episode 6, right?
6. We are on week 6.
6. We have another special guest for me here. I've known him a very long time.
Too long.
Too long, some could say. I don't even remember how we met, and sometimes we wonder how we're friends. But here we are. Christian McCartney.
What an introduction.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the show.
The clap and everything.
Yes.
Whoa.
He knew my ego was fragile.
Welcome.
Yeah, so Christian, I've known him for a long time. Arguably the best piano player I know. The best, yeah, there it is. The best piano player I know. And no one else I know loves Beethoven more than this guy.
I hate Beethoven. Bach, Wagner, Tchaikovsky. Come on, bud.
But here,
You're saying 4 words I've never heard before. Go on.
Here's the thing with Christian. He is arguably one of he's going to say the smartest person in every room he enters.
That's right. He's right. All this
Second.
arguably. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. But, so Christian, tell me your favorite musician and why.
My favorite.
Outside of Beethoven, obviously.
I hate Beethoven. My favorite music. Does this matter? These people like classical music?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Our demographic
Our
is
gosh,
like
thank
fans
God.
Really appreciate the finer things. That's why they listen to us.
Yeah, I bet.
We also have a crowd that's like 50 to 80 right now.
Yeah.
So.
Really?
Our
That's
parents,
cool.
yeah.
Well, yeah. My favorite composer is Bach because when somebody writes a story, they use words, and when somebody writes with music, they use notes. And I would say that Bach basically invented the musical alphabet.
Oh.
So I'm just glad that my theme is not anything related to music.
I don't. Here's the crazy thing. I almost went. I said to myself, I knew Christian was coming today, and I said, I'm going to make all 3 of my stories about composers. And then I said to myself,
No, you're
I
not.
would lose faster than I could say the story.
While we're talking about losing in your themes, I would like to say, before this episode started, Spencer mentioned his theme as being, here, I'll let you introduce your theme.
Yeah, so my theme is festivals from around the world.
And so I look him dead in the eye with no intent at all and just go, oh, you have that one from Thailand. This man went in a tizzy because it turns out he had one from Thailand. Now, I don't know any festivals from Thailand. He told me what it was later, and I've never heard of this.
Well, here's
in
the
my
reason
life.
why is because he told us stories about monkeys earlier, and the festival is about feeding like 3,000 monkeys 8,800 pounds of food, and I'm
Monkey is like 3 episodes
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, I'm like-
that was episode
Yeah.
1 this season.
So,
But like,
Yeah.
I said that this man scrambled. We just had a 15-minute delay for him to
Oh
find a
my
new
gosh.
festival.
oh my gosh.
Wild.
Anyway, speaking of what's the scores?
The score, end of episode 5, we ended with Logan 13, Spencer 10. Our guests have 8 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're doing
Okay.
better than myself.
Somebody else, sure.
I have 6, and my contract is expiring here soon.
Really,
Free
this isn't a
agent,
guest,
it's
it's an
gonna be a
audition.
rough time. Yeah, they're auditioning.
Okay, bro.
Who's the 3rd seat?
Yeah,
Matt, you
right.
can be a guest next season. No. I'm kidding. I'm
rude.
kidding.
Per the usual, so my theme, I'm going back to the themes. It's festivals. Won't give you any more information there.
Been
but that's
amazing if he changed his whole theme
I
up
know,
because
right?
of one. He's like, I gotta make.
Do you have
new
that one from
stories.
Portugal?
I'm not even talking to you anymore.
What about Brazil?
So, my theme is festivals. What do you guys have a little teaser?
I do. My only teaser is my theme is Disney.
Or Datney.
Or,
Oh wow.
Wow. hit the
No.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your thing?
Sorry, I'm doing.
Whatever your name is.
I'm-
Logan.
Champion to you?
Champ.
I'm doing game night. A game night themed episode.
Game night.
Yeah.
And then Christian coming on the podcast literally didn't even bring stories, even though I just told him he was going to guess. And he's like, yeah, I'll tell 3 stories.
Do you have a theme?
I can give.
You
a
don't
theme.
have to have a
Yeah.
theme. It can be sporadic.
I mean,
but
non-themed.
Oh, well, I was thinking that if you guys do know that I like music, I could do a music composer themed
Okay.
one.
I
'cause
love
there's
it.
some crazy
Gosh,
things
there it is.
done.
I'm pumped.
I'm going to lose so many.
So
points.
Me too, but I love this already.
Yeah.
Do we want Christian to go
Yeah,
first? Because I
Christian.
really want to hear these.
Well, wait. Do we
Wow.
let
We gotta make
someone
sure he
else?
understands
Let somebody go
yeah.
first
Okay.
so I know what's
All
going
right.
on.
Yeah.
So Christian,
So
as
you get to
normal,
pick.
should pick.
Yeah, so pick one of us 3, I guess. We'll
You
make
go
you go
first.
second.
Well, I don't know any of your names still, so I'm going to say Spencer.
Love
Sorry,
it.
Logan.
They're
Sorry,
great
Matt.
guys.
He's
You
coming
can't
to
see
me.
them. They're great guys.
I forgot to wear my name tag.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, here we go. We got one from Canada. We got one from Italy. And we have one from Colombia.
I guess
Colombia.
But I feel like the Canada one's the one he just recently added.
Where would you guys like to go on this historical journey?
Historical.
I don't know about historical, but
I mean, take me to our friends up north.
yeah,
Okay.
Our neighbors to the north.
the nice ones.
The friendliest people
Yep.
on earth.
Located up in the frigid province of Yukon?
Yeah, the Yukon.
Yukon?
Yeah.
The International Hair Freezing Contest is a fun winter celebration that occurs every February at the Tahini hot pools. Participants in the contest dunk their heads in the hot water of the pools and then create frosty hairdos by shaping their locks as they freeze in the cold air above. The temperatures in the air can reach below 22 degrees Fahrenheit. At the time of the contest, the winner of the contest receives a small cash prize. Canada.
I would have believed it more if you would have said they've received their prize in maple syrup.
Yeah.
In Maple.
Cash prizes just it doesn't sound Canadian to me. What's your next one?
Okay.
That's
Are we going to Italy? Or are we going to Colombia?
What do you think, Christian?
Colombia.
Colombia.
I like it.
Little plug for Spanish speakers. Christian, as he says, is conversational, but I would consider him fluent.
Yeah, you'd be wrong. I'm just conversational.
He just
At least
tells.
he
He
knew.
tells his 3
Little
in
known
Spanish.
Yeah, right.
He probably
That's
could.
it. That's
He
it,
probably
actually.
could.
Uno.
Nuestras personas que puedan hablar español allá, estoy allá por ti si me necesitas.
He said,
Yeah,
for
I'm
those who
gonna
speak
say
Spanish, he's
fluent.
here for them.
That's right. Gosh, you're so good.
Thank you.
That's why I'm your friend. That's the reason.
Okay. Each summer, so this is Medellin, Colombia. What are you guys laughing at?
We're looking at each other like,
Just-
what the
yeah,
heck is
we're-
going on right now?
We are staring at each other as the words are going over both of our heads, back and forth here. Like
Sounded great, but
Okay, each summer in Medellin, there are 5,000 people who create kites and fly them. The festival draws hundreds of food trucks, performers, and artists. However, the focus is the flight of the kites that can last over 12 hours. At 8 a.m. sharp, every kite must be in the sky. And over the course of the day, the flying area shrinks, and so do the kites in the sky. Eventually, there is one kite left, and he or she is crowned the winner. The prize is the honor of opening up next year's festival with the first flight.
sounds like Fortnite for kites.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. We'll be jumping, boys.
You just imagine a kite falling. Someone starts like dancing all over the dude. This kite fell.
Okay.
All
okay.
right.
That was Colombia.
I kind of want that one to be true. That's kind of a fun one.
Okay.
I like kites. Go ahead.
Now this is Italy. Is my mic off now?
I think you messed it
Yeah.
here.
Oh no.
Time out.
Oh,
There we No?
oh.
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. We're back. We're back online.
Oh, Spencer.
I think I might have screwed it up a little bit.
Just
There we
keep
go. Okay.
Breaking our stuff.
Okay. The Palio della Reina is one of the most unusual races in Italy. Held in Fermegano and Le Marci On the first Sunday after Easter, contestants dress in historic costumes and literally race the frogs in wheelbarrows. The winner of the contest is the first one to cross the finish line with their frog still on board. The race starts by the frog being placed in the wheelbarrow underneath a basket. The baskets are then removed, signaling the start of the 660-foot-long race. Those competing rush to be the first to cross the finish line, but they have to take care of the frogs on board. Because if the frogs jump off, they have to put it carefully back on the wheelbarrow and continue down the path.
How long was the race?
660 feet.
Feet. Okay. I know you said
Interesting.
feet or
Feet.
yards.
In a
'Cause that
country that
doesn't
uses
feel like
metric
Yards, that
system.
would be so long.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel that long.
So
Like, you can
660
keep a frog
feet
on a
is like
wheelbarrow.
100 yards.
Yeah.
No, it's 200
200,
yards.
but
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't you keep a frog on a wheelbarrow for 200 yards?
I mean, if it's jumping, no.
How fast am I in this?
Am I speaking Spanish to the frog?
Oh.
Italian.
The Italian frog.
They're in costume,
And
so
costume.
presumably not
So
super fast.
Presumably harder to push. Are the frogs in costume?
I
True.
sure hope
Is
so.
there historical context to this?
Not that I know of.
I feel like this is like the first one, like the one that he had to like find right away. So you've got Canada, the
Canada.
frozen water.
Yep.
You've got
Kites in Colombia.
kites, and then you've got frogs in Italy.
Correct.
Here's a logic that never fails me. The most outlandish is probably true. And the most believable is false.
I really want to say Canada's false.
That's the most believable. At the same time,
For some reason,
the
it's
kite
my
one
gut.
strikes me as odd because how do you... Kites fly with the wind. Obviously, if you run your kite into somebody's kite, theirs might fall. How do you keep kites for 12 hours and only one makes it? Like, I feel like you'd either have a bunch left or none left. That one does strike me as weird. I'm torn.
Longtime friend of Spencer's.
Christian.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
What are you thinking?
Yes.
Well, I know that Quebec has a festival where they take all their clothes off and run around in the snow. So having a cold one in Canada makes sense to me. And the kites in Colombia just doesn't sit right with me. So if I had to
Okay.
guess, I'd say the Colombia one is false.
That's where I was, too.
Interesting. Well, I'll just be the one to fall on a sword here. I'm gonna go Canada,
Okay.
and I'm gonna lock it in.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do the kites because that's where I was, and Italy has to be true. I don't know how you make that up. I physically don't know how you can sit on a computer and be like, we're gonna dress them in costumes, we're gonna put a frog in a wheelbarrow and run. Like,
Yes, write it down.
Perfect. Perfect. It's like the quote, one of the first ones.
Yeah. So are you doubling down with Logan with the kites?
I'm with Christian. Yes.
Yep.
I'm
So
with
you're
Christian.
locking in.
I'm locking it
Okay.
in.
Yeah, locking
All
in.
right. Wow. Did
Tell me about Italy.
Italy's 100% true.
Absolutely.
Italy's
Absolutely.
true.
Of
Okay.
course.
That is.
Did
a
you
great
watch
story.
a video of this?
I did not
Because
watch a video. There's
What?
pictures of it though.
Wow.
This
Yeah,
man.
I'm really disappointed. That
I know. I should watch the
Was
video.
that the one that you found right away? Like
That
as
is
you
one. That's the one I found right after.
Had it right.
Were
That
there
is.
frogs in the picture?
There were frogs in the
And
picture.
were they
Are
costumed?
you talking big?
They
Let's
were
answer
not.
the question everybody
not.
wants to know.
That is.
They were not. They did not have a costume. So that is true. I'm gonna break my favorite heart to break,
Unbelievable. We're both wrong.
but unfortunately, I literally cannot
Oh.
because the hair freezing contest in Canada is false, or is true. Sorry, is true.
Wow.
And the kites in Colombia is 100% false.
It just felt too believable.
yeah,
yeah.
you know.
So here's
And there was
there's
some-
All
actually
these
so
Colombians
there's-
flying kites. I'm just
No,
like,
they actually do.
oh.
So there is a flight
I
like
had
festival.
heard of a flight,
Or
kite,
kite
festival.
festival.
I
There
didn't
is.
know where it was at. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all right, that I've heard of it. at
There is
least,
a kite
so-
festival, and I literally was like, this would just be fun to be like
Kite
Oh.
battle royale.
I literally thought of
Yeah.
some Mr. Beast when he like shrinks the circle. And I was like, that would be so funny. And so that's why I did that one.
Kite
So
battling.
I
mean,
went
So you got
zero.
zero. Yeah, one.
Like
And
I
then
said,
0, 'cause
I think that's one I wanted
I
to be
didn't.
true the most.
He got it right. So Logan got 1 and I got
Negative.
0.
Yeah, because he fooled 1 and -1.
So it
So
evened
it
out.
cancels out.
Oh.
Your
Yeah,
point
yeah.
that he
So you
gets
got
and his
0.
yeah. So he gets 0.
I get 0.
I get 1. Guest gets 1.
Yep.
Guess they're killing it.
Logan
Yes.
is kind of running away with it a little bit.
He's
So were you at this point
starting
last
to
season.
I
So
was.
I'm not.
I
You were
was.
up 6 at this point last
I
season.
think it was 5.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sleeping
couldn't fix it.
I
comfortably.
can check the data later.
Yeah. Okay, Christian,
wow,
would you like
that's
to go,
trash.
or do you want to see another example?
I think we should let Christian go.
I think I can go.
I think Christian should go.
Take it
Okay,
away,
if I do it
man.
wrong, just tell me.
Yeah, I mean, it's two truths and one
Yeah.
lie.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And don't
That's
tell
hard.
us which one's which.
Okay, deal.
I would prefer if you did.
Okay, so I'll tell a story because I think it'll be better that way. One of my favorite composers, J.S. Bach, clearly, had 20 kids, as everybody does. 10 only survived till adulthood, so he was really good, but had a lot of kids who didn't make it. And had a lot of trouble with his employer. So one day, Bach goes and tells his employer, the typical, I deserve more money, I deserve a better job. And the employer is the cantor, says, you don't know what you're talking about, kicks him down a flight of stairs, and then puts him in jail for a month.
Okay.
Okay?
Who was his employer?
Is
Yeah.
this?
I
Is
think it was the Archbishop of...
that's
I
the
don't know
full
what it is.
story there? That he's
Oh, do you
thrown
want
in-
it longer?
Well, no.
No,
no.
Dripping down his brow. I knew we had one decision to make.
I just need to make sure before I comment that you were done.
No, I got it. Message loud and clear.
Yeah.
Make them longer.
No,
More
no.
drama.
No, that was good.
I got it.
Peek down his brow.
Deal.
Oh man. Oh.
No, that was good. That was good. I just didn't want to interrupt you if you were going to continue because I saw you had your hands
Oh,
up.
that's so funny. Okay, what's the next story?
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay, longer. Okay. Born in Poland, 18-something. Frederick Chopin only composed music for the piano. So he would write pieces for other instruments, but there'd have to be a piano in it. Whenever he composed a piece of music, there was a piano. So piano concertos, ballads, things like that. And he was a freak of nature, very strong, loved to play the piano. And when he would play the piano, people would be so freaked out by seeing this guy play the piano. He was so good at it that they would pass out and fall on the ground. And it was called Chopin-omania, where this mania was sweeping across Europe, where this guy was such a dynamic stage presence that women would pass out and fall on the ground because they would see this guy play piano, and it's just tour de force of nature. I mean, and some of his piano works are some of the most hard and complicated piano works. So kind of like Paganini, if you've ever heard him for the violin, was Chopin for the piano.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so that's the second story.
Okay.
Is that good? A little good on
That's
length?
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now third
Spot
one.
on.
My second favorite composer, Richard Wagner. Now Wagner, great music, horrible guy, right? Clearly,
Yeah,
just like
clearly.
Spencer, great, great output, horrible guy. And so,
That's a fair point, actually.
yeah, thank you. And so we got this guy, Richard Wagner, who is not good. He actually wrote an essay about why people who weren't Aryan shouldn't write music. So not a good guy at all. And so he was so bad that his first opera, Tristan and Isolde, it's not his first, but the first one that was premiered under Hans von Bülow. And when von Bülow was conducting this, Richard Wagner was at the same time sleeping with his wife. As this conductor is conducting his opera, Richard Wagner is sleeping with this guy's wife. This guy's wife then divorces her husband and then marries Richard Wagner, and they have a very long and happy life for the next 20 years.
Okay.
That.
Well, let's first say he came up with those off the top of his head.
Oh my god.
So
For those of you who are not watching with any cameras or anything, this man came with no notes. We gave him his theme,
what?
and then
10,
he laid 3 stories on us.
He was like, "Oh, you guys know I play the piano and
Here's a
music."
theme.
Okay, got it.
Here we go.
3 stories done.
Off the bat, I'm impressed. Congratulations.
Like,
Come on, thank
yeah, like I feel really just.
yeah, give him.
Oh, wow.
I
That
just
was good. That was
shouldn't
good.
even be in the seat anymore.
This is an audition.
Now,
yeah.
that being said, I have a hard time believing you would write one of or lie one of a composer into a mean racist. And that being said, the third story has to be true in my mind. So I'm between the first 2.
Yeah, I'm between the second one.
The second one is where you're at?
Yeah, I'm at the second one right now.
I was thinking the first one because I know you like Bach.
That's right.
Bach works a day job?
I wouldn't be surprised. He's an
I mean, I
artist.
guess I would
All
be
artists.
surprised,
Most
but-
painters didn't have their paintings weren't famous
But he's
until they
Bach.
died.
Yeah, it wasn't the
Yeah.
same. Like a church would hire a composer, and they would compose for every Sunday. So Bach was this guy's boss.
Plus, I want to see. Just
Now
imagine
you're
being on
defending
top
it, and I
of
want to go to the
stairs.
second. But, like,
I am. unknowingly just gonna make a stupid move because that's on theme for my season. I'm gonna lock in 2.
Okay. Wow.
That's the Poland Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with people passing out.
Chopin-a-mania.
Chopin Mania.
I have a harder time believing number 2 is true, and for that reason, I'm locking in number 1.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Sure.
I know for a fact he's told me some of these stories.
Do you remember any of them?
Here's the thing.
I don't remember telling you any of these
I
stories.
know. I'm fairly certain Bach had like 20 kids and half of them died.
But no, that I believe.
Yeah. No.
This story doesn't all have to be like
Yeah.
false,
No,
right?
It just
No.
has to be
Okay.
twisted. Yeah.
Yeah. Twisted.
So I don't remember the kicking down the stairs.
Okay.
The people playing the piano and passing out, I'm pretty sure you've told me that before.
Okay. Deal. Sure.
I also had one very similar to that on last season.
Now I wish we'd made Spencer go first.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was waiting to go
Go.
last because I was trying to remember the stories.
Obviously.
I had no clue.
The Wagner, what was his thing again?
He
Was a terrible person
Tristano
who-
de Soldo, horrible person.
No, I'm fairly certain that's true.
I would believe that.
I think that's actually 100% true.
Because that's
if
a
I'm
rough thing to
remembering.
make up about somebody.
I think I'm 100% sure that's true.
I
if I
think I'm
remember.
100% sure that's true. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So where are you landing? Are you landing with me? Or with
So
Matt? Or on your own?
I'm struggling to think. I know like half of Bach's kids died, or a composer at least. I don't
It was
remember.
common for the era.
Yeah, I don't remember him getting pushed down the stairs and someone getting passed out when they're playing the piano. Might not have been. I remember Christian saying something like that too. Oh my gosh, this is the struggle. This is really testing my friendship here.
This is why
Wow.
we didn't have him go
Wow.
first.
Testing our friendship, sure.
This is I say it every week. We really need to put the Jeopardy theme song on one of our buttons here.
Okay, so
It's
I
copyrighted.
You unplugged.
I did it again. There, I think Wagner's true. I'm like fairly certain that's true. And I'm really torn if it was someone else that was playing and was passing out. So I'm gonna say the false one is. Gosh. So Matt, you went with the Poland Mania one.
I went
Yes.
with Poland Mania.
Chopin-a-mania.
Whatever.
What is the ratio?
I went with Bach.
And you went with Bach.
Bach.
Chopin-a-mania.
I'll go with.
Chopin-a.
I think
Mania.
I'm gonna go Chopin Mania is false because for some reason I think it was someone else that was doing it.
So you're with Matt.
Locking in with him.
I'm
Yeah.
locking it with Matt.
So you guys were both right. The Wagner one is
True.
definitely true. Hans on Blue Loud. I mean, and that was just crazy. So that was not the first sexual escapade he did, and that was actually okay. So we'll get to that. The Bach one is also true.
Oh no.
Bach
what I'm
was
talking
kicked down
about.
the stairs.
on.
Oh.
And then was in jail. Wrote some of his most transformative pieces in jail. The Chopin one,
Yeah.
just like Spencer said, funnily enough, it was not Chopin
I
who
didn't
did all
think
that.
so.
It was Franz Liszt.
Yeah.
Who was so Chopin was actually very sick. He couldn't play piano really in public. Didn't really
Right.
pretty,
I
but
read
not that. Yeah, of course, you know.
Art history
But,
101.
What's funny is Franz Liszt, who was a guy who actually it was called Listomania. It wasn't called Chopin-a-mania. It was called Listomania. And these women would pass out and faint when it was him. And his daughter-in-law was the woman that Wagner had the affair with. So
Incredible.
all
Wow.
comes
Dude,
together.
the classical
Full circle.
music guys.
Yeah.
Just
Whoa.
Well, that's what I knew. I knew
Wilding
for a
out.
fact that Bach
That
had
was
10.
incredible that you knew that.
I knew for a fact that half of Bach's kids died. I remember we talked about that literally last time we hung out. And
So
the
that-
Wagner.
I actually-
Don't
How
worry,
does that
I'm a thrill at
conversation come
parties.
up? Like-
I'm a thrill at parties.
Well, it's so he has a Bach statue on his piano
he had a Wagner statue.
and a Wagner. But and so I don't know how we got talking about it because I remember you saying that, and then I remember talking about someone passing out, but that name did not sound familiar. I'm like, I don't think it's that name.
I knew Bach's kids died. The story down the stairs I'd never heard.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah, the rest of it was kind of like
well done.
labor laws.
Well done. For the top of your head, that was incredible.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the guests get another point.
Another,
Another point.
And
We
so
got
do
a
you
point.
two.
point.
I'm the only one that scored
You're
there.
scoreless.
Wow. Standing still.
Wow, then should we have our scoreless one go
Let's
next,
do it.
Or,
So we're doing game night?
Yep.
game night.
Game
Take it
night.
away.
All right. Do you want Moneymaker makes a lot of money?
No.
Do you want
Monopoly.
One versus the world? Or do you want Are You Feeling Lucky Punk?
I want to feel lucky.
Lucky Punk?
That just does something for me.
Maybe we should hold off on that one.
Yeah, maybe we should.
All right. In 1993, a game show aired that was so disastrous it left people questioning the future of televised game shows. Titled, Are You Feeling Lucky? This game show had a very unique premise. Ask questions so blatantly difficult no one could possibly get them right. The show featured a lineup of high IQ contestants who would each take turns trying to answer nearly impossible multiple-choice questions. If they got it right, they moved on to the next one. In order to win, a contestant had to answer 10 consecutive questions in a row. If they won, they got a cool $100,000, which was actually the record for the most prize money offered by a game show at the time. At a dead even guess, 1 in 4 odds, this gives you a 0.000009% chance of getting 10 consecutive correct, or lower odds of being struck by lightning twice in your lifetime. Yeah. As soon as a contestant missed an answer, they went on to the next contestant, and these highly intelligent contestants were handpicked. But after limited success, most people who were asked to be on the show started declining because no one wants to look like an idiot on national television, especially high IQ people. The furthest someone made it, a physics professor from UC Berkeley, got 4 straight before, which was the most anyone had gotten consecutively. Ratings for the show went down quicker than contestants. Within 4 episodes, viewership had fallen 78% off the high, which was episode 1. And by the end of the 8th episode, NBC had pulled the plug completely on the game show. As it turns out, both viewers and contestants want to feel like they have a fighting chance at accomplishing the task at hand with the game show. So the show crashed and burned, and it's often titled the most disastrous game show ever created.
What year was this?
Okay.
93.
Okay.
Wheel of Fortune. Around that time.
I don't know what time that is.
I don't know either. I just threw that out there.
Sure.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
You want Moneymaker, makes a lot of money, or 1v the world?
1v the world, baby, because it's
right.
Cleveland versus the world.
Yeah, Cleveland versus the world. I like it. All right.
Save me.
So this is what Gary Kasparov called the greatest game of chess ever. Have you heard this? You know who Gary Kasparov is?
I know he's a chess master.
He's a chess
Dude,
master.
for being a chess guy,
You are the
nothing.
chess guy, and I keep bringing you these
I've told
stories
2
on a
chess stories
platter.
so far.
I've gotten one right. Get off my back. I've gotten one correct.
Okay, so you're shooting like
I'm shooting
25%.
50% so far.
The year is 1999.
Yeah.
The World Wide Web is still in its infancy, and the current world champion of chess, Gary Kasparov, has just agreed to play a game of chess versus a democratic group of 50,000 chess players from around the world representing 75 countries.
Wow.
In that group are advocates, including 4 professional chess players and 1 grandmaster, Danny King. These advocates help the group of 50,000 decide between several of the best options, which are then voted upon by the full group of 50,000 people. Each team has 24 hours to consider their next move, making this not only one of the greatest chess games played, but possibly the longest.
Possibly?
It was 100% the
I want to
longest.
know.
yes.
They're like, no, this one was longer.
June 21st, Kasparov made his first move. October 22nd of the same year, he finally declared checkmate. He described it as the hardest game of chess he ever had to play, but in the end, he did prevail and beat the world in a game of chess.
So here's the thing with him, is I know for a fact he does crazy challenges like that. So like he'll take on 15, 20 people at a time, or he'll do like 10 people at a time blindfolded. So Gary Kasparov, I don't think you're saying it right, but I don't
If you know how to say
I
it,
don't know how to say it, though.
I was like genuinely.
I don't know
I don't know
how to
how to
say
do
it.
it. You're just wrong.
Yeah.
I phonetically
I
laid
literally
out
do
that
not know how to do it.
Kasparov.
But I've never heard that one before. But then again, I'm shooting horribly with my chess knowledge, so who knows?
Home of
This
science
season
first
and
just
last.
been
Shoot to
built
get hot, shoot to stay
Shoot
hot.
to get hot, shoot to stay hot. Okay.
There it is.
All right, last story. Moneymaker makes a lot of money.
Well, that would be true.
Yes. So, a rhetorical question for you all because no one will have an answer to it. What's the greatest amateur athlete winning a championship you've ever heard of?
Me
Is
and
it-
futsal.
Francis Ouimet, winner of the U.S. Open in 1913, which is well publicized and has led to the subject of books, movies, and a big part of golf lore today. But there's an even bigger amateur underdog that won a world title, not in golf, but in poker. Chris Moneymaker, an accountant by trade earning roughly $40,000 a year. Moneymaker found a love of poker. He played several online tournaments, but had never played an in-person tournament in his life. He joined an online $39 buy-in tournament for the famed World Series of Poker qualifying rounds and won. He won the next online round and soon found himself among the 839 in-person attendees of the main event of the 2003 World Series of Poker in Las Vegas. After 3 days of excellent play, he just kept winning and wound up on the final televised table. He made the final three with two of his heroes, Johnny Chan and Sammy Farah. Chan went down, leaving just the two people to play for the $2.5 million final purse. He offered his final competitor, Sammy Farha, a 50-50 split of the final purse, but Farha declined, saying the pro player should get the larger sum. Moneymaker felt disrespected and became more aggressive. He made what commentators on ESPN called the greatest bluff in the history of poker at one point, going all in with absolutely nothing. Farha folded, and after hours of back and forth, Moneymaker finally bested Farha with a full house to win the World Series of Poker and the entire $2.5 million grand prize. But, as is often the case, the fall was as fast as the rise. By 2005, just 2 years later, Moneymaker reportedly lost every dollar he won on his unbelievable run.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know for a fact that's true, but I don't know if he could have twisted it because Chris Moneymaker. I'm gonna eat my words now. I actually love poker. I do.
Another.
But here's the thing.
I love
I know
things
for a
you
fact.
How many things do you love that you
I
know
do.
nothing about?
Come
Come in here, Joe.
Yeah. So, Joe, wait. Joe, do I not like poker? Thank you. Shout out to Daniel Negreanu. Just won the
I love
world
things
prize.
you love.
But here's the thing. The stories he makes up are completely false. Chris Moneymaker definitely won the World Series of Poker, and he was an ordinary guy and changed the landscape of poker. Now, did he lose everything? I don't know, but I think it was in 2003. What year did you say?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. So I'm like fairly unless he like tweaked details, that one's 100% true because he definitely won the World Series of Poker, and I know he was an ordinary guy. So that being said, I don't think Logan would just tweak details. So that one's
Can we
true.
keep Logan scoreless this round?
So that one's true. So now I'm torn between the chess one and what's the other one?
Are you feeling lucky?
Hard
Game show
one.
Which I don't know the answer.
So game show one just seems like something that would happen. $100,000 would have been a lot in '93. It's a lot now, but like would have been a lot in '93. And what was the other one?
The chess versus the world.
Gary Kasparov.
I just
Chess
can't imagine
versus
how
the
long was the
world.
game. Do we know?
The chess game?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
June
said it went
21st
from
to October 22nd. So.
And it was played online, or was it played? Yeah, a long time.
4 months.
Well,
Maybe
they had
the
24
longest
hours
game
to
of
make
chess
a move,
ever.
so like it could have.
And there was
played in a
50,000 of
building.
them.
50,000 people, correct. 75 countries.
See, I would not be surprised if he did something like that. I've never heard about it. I don't either. Do you know anything?
I'm going to say that the game show one is false.
Yeah.
Just
That's
because
what I'm
I would
leaning
love a
towards.
game show like that, but I couldn't imagine a board of directors getting together like, let's try to find out what oxaloacetate is and get to come. I couldn't imagine like anybody would want to watch that. So,
Yeah.
and I would like that show, I think, just to feel like an idiot. So, anything I like can't be true. So,
You'd be in the 22% that would have continued to watch.
oh yeah, just to
Yeah.
learn it. It depends if the questions were stupid.
Yeah.
What's Trump's favorite ice cream flavor? I want to care.
Blue Moon. Yeah. No, wait. Orange popsicle.
Orange-
What's
yeah,
that?
orange pop.
Orange sickle. Yeah.
That's the one.
So
I'm
you're
leaning
locking
towards.
in.
I'm
game
locking
show?
in game show.
You're locking in game show too.
I'm not locking in game show. I'm just thinking about locking in game show.
I'm also thinking about locking in game show because
Wow.
afford to go?
I don't know. I mean, we could, but it's like, here's the thing. Like the chess thing, I believe, but he could make that up too.
What I'm struggling with is how would Logan phrase this? He knows you love chess.
Yeah.
He knows that last season you did horrible on chess.
Horrible.
So would he? He's not going to change details because that's not him.
No, the poker one is definitely true because that's not.
But
he's not messing with
he's
that.
He's gonna do the research. He's gonna know that homeboy, was wild stuff. I'm gonna lock in one.
You're locking in the game show? Oh my gosh. So here's do I just jump on the train and we go all or nothing? Or what do I do here? Because I truly don't know. This is a coin flip
I
for me.
don't know either. Like this is a great round. I have no clue.
Because I could see, what year was the chess game?
1999.
And they would use the internet?
Yeah.
He never
said
said
the
they would.
answer-
He never said they
Correct.
would. Oh, really?
That was how the 50,000 people voted, yes.
And they would vote on the next move.
Yes.
And he won the game.
Correct.
and there was no, was there an engine back then? I don't think so. Like something to look up, like cheat almost. Oh man, I don't know. I want to jump on the game show. I really do.
If you jump on the game show and we're all wrong, how many points is that?
3.
3.
But that's a -1. If not, so it's a 3 or -1. It's like, or we could keep him at 0.
Well, if that one's correct, he gets 2 points. If you switch and go to the
then
poker
he gets 0
one.
points. Oh, I'm not going poker. I'm either going chess or I'm going.
Oh, chess. Sorry, the chess one.
Yeah.
If you do the chess one,
Because the poker's 100% true. You can say that now. I
That's
know
fine.
that for a fact.
if you do the chess one, how many points does he get? If we've already locked in one.
If he
It
gets,
depends which one's right.
yeah.
That's true. It's up to you, man.
You're right. The game show. Can you imagine them getting around and saying like, it's gonna be like whatever. Okay, I'm a risky dude.
Oh, you keep unplugging your mic.
I know. What is happening with
You
me?
gotta
There.
plug it in.
I think your connector is just messed
Yeah.
up right
Yeah,
now.
I must have
tugging
something.
on it.
You move
So-
it so much.
I'm gonna go that the chess is. Screw it. I'm going game show is false.
Oh, here we go.
I'll lock in my answer that. Oh my gosh! Wait, time out.
Oh gosh.
I'm debating.
Clearly.
Search it in my brain. Okay, we're going chess is false. Lock in.
You went
Chess
chess.
is false.
All right, locked in chess.
Egads.
So first off, Chris Moneymaker is a true story.
100% true.
And I debated putting that in there because I felt like it was well known for anyone that knows anything about poker.
Yeah.
Also, it's a really cool story, and I wanted to kind of tell
It's awesome.
because
It is.
for a dude to pay $39 on an online tournament and win $2.5 million, like, good for him. Props
Yeah.
for you. Also, he blew it all because he's an idiot. So, between the other two, which do you want to hear first?
Just break my heart.
All right, I'm gonna break your heart. The chess was true.
Chess was true.
It was true.
Yeah.
We are so
Gary
bad.
Kasparov did play the greatest game in the history of chess,
we
as he
could have
called
really
it.
got him.
You really had me nervous, honestly. The game show I made up completely. It never happened. There was no such thing.
I was
there
ready
was
to
no.
look it up online.
Are you feeling lucky? Game show. It
Huh.
was honestly. I
You're
made
gonna
it up, and I
watch
kind
those.
of wish there was one because I'm like that would be cool to see
Yeah.
high-end professors. High-end professors just look
See,
like
I knew
idiots,
it.
like the rest of us.
So
But
the chess game is real?
chess game's real.
Okay.
50,000 people on the internet. The infancy of the internet, and I'm glad you didn't catch that because like the second line I said was like the year's 1999. The World Wide Web's still in its infancy.
Yeah.
It was really early on in the internet. They didn't have the AI
Well,
to
that's
help
what I
you
was-
cheat and stuff. Like you couldn't do that today.
Yeah.
50,000 people.
No,
they'd
you
just
would
be
lose.
cheating.
Well, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I was like, could something support
Yeah.
that many people doing
Yeah.
I
that?
think Google was around then.
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Well,
wasn't on the internet back
Holy
then.
cow.
Goose egg.
Christian, do you have 3 points?
Yeah. He's
Wow, I'm good.
And then I think you're at a goose egg still,
Yeah,
right?
you're
Or did you
at
get a
one.
point?
I got a
Oh, because
point.
you
He's
guessed
stuck
mine.
Because of you.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got 2. You've got 1.
I got one.
2, 1, 1,
Oh
3.
my
3.
word.
If we
Okay.
lose to the guess, I'm gonna be so mad.
Okay, Matt, you're up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
This just got real.
Oh man. I got theme Disney. Got 3 of them here for you. Going Away Green, Perfectly Timed, and the new Moana ride.
Christian, you got a preference?
I want to hear the new Moana.
Alrighty. Gotta pull it up.
Are you gonna sing any Moana songs for us?
Please, will you sing any Moana songs?
You don't want me to sing. I've sang a few times in my life, and nobody wants to repeat any of those moments,
Right.
including myself. All right.
Have you seen Moana?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
that's the one that the rocks in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good one.
It's
Okay, I
a
want to hear the
entertaining
story.
one. Okay, so
All right.
like all great Disney shows, Disney tries to milk as much money out of each animated and live action characters as possible, from clothing, action figures, rides, and so much more. Many of Disney's movies turn into great rides. Example, Pirates of the Caribbean. Anybody?
No.
What? The ride?
The ride.
Never been on. Okay, that fell on a dead
no,
audience.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Moment of silence.
Joe
Okay.
says she has.
Okay, well, there's some people that are cultured. Great, I lost my spot. Millions of guests, not you guys, visit each year and enjoy. Well, with the popularity of Moana, Disney sought a way to capture the experience of being out in the open sea with a demigod. Tasked with a challenge, the Disney Imagineers went toward creating what they hoped to be an amazing surf-filled ride. So, what Disney created using VR was a ride similar to Splash Mountain, where you and one through four people would be strapped to a surfboard, all facing forward, and go through what is a basically track that rides, turns around, and all through water, and you'd go through some ups and downs and waves and splashes because Moana. Well, they tested this with a test group using VR headsets, and they strapped them into what I can only describe as like a 4D experience, where like you can hear everything, you feel things too. They strapped them down, basically Ready Player One to the max. And afterwards, they received a resounding score that the testers hated this ride because they felt like it was nothing but a soak tank or a dunk tank throughout the entire time.
So the story is the Imagineers really screwed up.
And that
They
never
tried.
happened.
They tried making a fun ride, and it just didn't really pan out.
Just turned into yourself being a dunk tank.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. What's the next one?
Either perfectly timed or going away green.
Going a great way green.
Going away green. Okay. All right. Are you okay?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Overcome with emotion.
Alrighty. So, back with Disney Imagineers. Maybe that should be my theme. They created 2 unique colors. You may not see these pigments featured on the Disney park attractions on the I struggle with this word all the time. Marquee signs, or decorating the indoors of hotels, but you will see them every time you visit Walt Disney World. The big catch is you might not notice it when you see them in the Disney parks. This paint for things that you... Wow. Sorry, I butchered the typing of this. Give me a hot second.
Oh, now look who we're waiting on. You were dogging on me before the podcast.
This will probably be 3 seconds. We waited for like 10 minutes for you.
So you might not see this in in Disney's theme parks because this paint they use this paint for things you don't want to see. Going away green and blending blue are 2 of the most used paint colors at Walt Disney World resorts. But each particular shade is engineered by Disney Imagineers to make your eyes ignore them. Going away green. The paint is used in small areas such as trash cans or construction fences, or in larger swaths such as background buildings to make them blend in with the nature. Blending blue came into play when Walt Disney World was built and is designed to blend buildings, the tops of the buildings, and other aspects of it into the sky. So you don't see things they don't want you to see.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah, I believe that. Disney's like really technical on a lot of their, like they have tunnels and everything underneath, and they were like
methodical and
yes,
everything.
very methodical, and like you shouldn't see the trash cans, but when you need one, there should always be one, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's on par for Disney.
Okay. Alrighty. Perfectly timed. Actor Stephanie Beatrice gave birth to her first child, Rosaline, one day after recording the song Waiting on a Miracle. She didn't want to... This is for Enchanted. Sorry, I should have said that. I believe it was Enchanted. She didn't want to tell anyone that she was having contractions the same day that she was scheduled to record the song. She just... Wow, I wrote these horribly. So that she just hoped she would finish the song in time before the baby showed up. The film's director said that she knew she was very close to having a child, but had no clue just how close she was actually cutting it.
What was the first one again?
The surfboard ride that sucked.
Moana.
Okay. Any thoughts, gentlemen?
I'm taking a beating this week, and I need a point. It's my thoughts.
I want to apologize for butchering the writings of these
Christian?
items here.
Well, I know they're making a Moana ride at Disney World,
I know.
but I couldn't imagine that they threw people on surfboards. I would hate to lie down on a ride like I'm on a surfboard.
Oh, sorry. You were standing up.
Oh, now this is
So
way
have
different.
you seen them? You're on a
Seen a
so you're on a surfboard.
Rip.
It's like you're on like a bar stool.
Okay.
And strapped in, and you're like sitting kind of, but standing.
Yeah.
And it's a surfboard, so there's about 4. And you go for it.
Anytime someone describes something, I get more suspicious of that story instantly.
Yeah.
I know the bar stool. I'm sitting and standing
That's you're like, I'm sitting and standing.
at the same time. Okay, so I think the second one's true, right?
I agree.
It's
The
100%
third one
true.
was
I was
short.
going to
Why
say
was
that.
the third one
I
so
actually,
short?
I don't know. The second one is 100% true. I watched a video on that. So
The second one's the colors.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
I've never heard of that, but it's so on par with
No,
Disney.
it's
It is
true.
on
I watched
par.
a video about it. I wasn't going to say anything because if
You're holding out on
I was going to hold out on it.
You didn't
So that
hesitate
one's
to
true.
say something on my story.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that one's true for a fact. The other two, I don't know. Can you imagine making a ride so bad? I didn't know the Moana ride was built yet.
Well, it was a development. They were
Oh.
developing it, right?
It was in development when they.
Well, he just said
it was the testers.
every time someone speaks on something, he gets suspicious.
Oh, I see. I see. You're afraid.
But this was with the testers.
What was with the testers? Why was the third one so short?
I don't know.
It was short.
But here's the thing. So I know the
I don't
second
even know
one's
if the
true.
woman gave birth in that or not.
He stumbled upon his words in the third one. And what if, like, when he copied the article over, he just misdid it? Because I know the second one's
Did
true.
she give birth like in the studio? Like how did
Yeah.
it work? She just
Yeah.
started going into contractions, going into
Middle
labor.
of the song, just contractions.
Was that the take they used, or did they let her re-record after giving birth?
I haven't seen the movie.
Yikes, that would be
So
hard.
there's just no screaming in the song.
Oh gosh.
I think Moana's false.
I'm gonna say Moana. I'm sorry.
You're locking Moana?
I think I'm
locking in Moana.
Same. Because
Wow.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, Matt, because if you fool all of us and get the points, cool. But that's where I'm at. And I
I
need
feel
a
like
point.
Moneymaker
and-
put
Wow.
it all on the table.
Yeah.
It's a bluff.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know for a fact that
Yay.
Go Away Green is true.
Going Away Green is true.
I watched
Yeah.
a video on that.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I didn't
Like,
believe it.
They literally made up 2 colors, and it blends in everything. It's they're designed so your eyes don't see them,
Yeah.
That's
which
awesome.
is wild.
Could he pull off another 3-pointer?
You've done it before.
Well, I am just.
The comeback. It's not happening.
Oh.
Oh,
Nice.
thank
So,
goodness. I needed
I
that.
butchered the readings of these horribly, and part of it was I don't even know why. Nothing was making sense.
Yeah.
I copy and pasted a few for
I
all.
know.
For all of them.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
copy and pasted a few different things, and I tried like blending them together, and apparently I did horribly.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had contractions the day of they were scheduled to sing
Yeah.
for the song, and had the child the next day.
That's
That-
wild.
That was
incredible.
the most decisive.
And
I'm going
then-
Moana. I'm going Moana. I'm
I
going
know.
Moana.
Yeah,
I'm
Why
going
not?
Moana.
You guys just said 1, 2, 3, go. It's like
We're between the two, and I'm in my mind going, no, it's got to be Moana.
It
Like
has
that's
to
if
be,
I'm coming
yeah.
up with a story, I'm not coming up with a story about a woman having
No.
contractions,
Right.
singing, and
I mean, I
That's-
made up a story last time about pregnancy.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you're not doing it twice.
So wait, so you got
It's not
minus
like, I'm
one
going
on that.
Moana, and then you both said
I
it.
got -1 on
Minus
that.
one.
So how many points did you get today total?
I'm
One.
pulling it up. I got 1 point.
Christian
point.
got 4,
Christian got 4.
A
and
perfect
then we
week.
got 2.
And you guys got 2.
So what was the true
Wait,
stuff about
did
the
I get
Moana
two?
one?
Yeah, because we both got 2. You got mine. You got
Nothing.
But I lost
Nothing.
his.
It was
Nothing.
all false.
It was all false.
So I had 0 in my story.
Childhood.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I got his and yours.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, the
okay,
Moana
okay.
one was childhood. It came on like 2019.
I mean,
2018.
I just mean like now our childhood. Our children.
Yeah, no, that one was 100%
guess-
just made up.
Guess really pulled away this week.
Yeah.
Christian,
Holy
Christian, best
cow.
performer yet.
Wow.
4, 2, 2, 1.
So, yeah.
It could have been
Great
4.
job, Christian.
It could have been 4. I should have gone. I
You
should have
should-
jumped on the.
If you jumped on
Yeah,
that bandwagon,
that'd
you would
been
have
You would have had
3,
and you would have had 1.
1. Yeah. I appreciate you,
I
Spencer.
would
Or
have
0.
2. No, it didn't
Yeah, you
work.
would have.
I would have 1.
So that brings us to the scores that I hate that I'm the one that has to say this every single time. Logan's got 15.
I just like hearing you say it.
Shut up. Spencer's got 12.
Okay, still 3 behind.
Our guests have 12.
Wow.
Nice. Come on.
Wow.
I'm in awe.
You guys
right now.
are just better than me. I have 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Still a lot of time left.
There's a lot of time
A lot of
left.
time left. Well, Christian, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
right.
man.
It's been a
thanks.
Or really,
blast.
don't
Thanks
not
for the
thank
3.
you.
Just I'm gonna throw 3 stories at you guys, and
You truly just smacked each of us in order. So congratulations.
Nice.
Like,
He
Nice.
went. He guessed all our
yes.
stories.
Yeah. You're never coming back. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Screw
you were
you.
done.
Run in the middle of
Get
the
you outta
pack,
here.
boys. It's safer.
I need to find someone like me.
Well, thanks for listening. We'll catch you guys next time.
Toodaloo.
Peace out.